Hey, my name's Brian. This is Chords on the Couch. And today we're going to learn Stand By Me by Ben E. King. The version I'm going to show you today is one that I've been playing for quite some time in my live shows. It's got maybe one or two fancy bits, but I think it's perfectly suitable for beginners. If you're really just starting out, it'll pose you some challenges, but I think all of them will help you become a better player. And something to keep in mind about this song is there's just two strumming patterns that I use. And once you get the chord progression down, the whole thing is one big circle. So it's the same thing for the verse and the chorus. So if you get this down, you've got the whole song and you're smooth sailing. To accommodate my voice, I put the capo on the 4th fret. But when we look at the chords today, I'm just going to refer to them in their normal names. So G and E minor, etc., etc. Let me demonstrate a portion of the song so you know what you're going to learn today. 1, 2. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't, no, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me, just as long as you stand by me. Like I said, there are just two strumming patterns to this song. Let's look at the first one. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. The magic there is on beat 2. You're going to do, it's kind of like a drum sound, like a boom chuck, and that would be the chuck part. What I'm doing is, instead of just going straight up and down like I'm strumming, I'm going down, but my palm, kind of like the blade of my hand, is going to land on the strings, and at the same time, I'm going to kind of bend my wrist so my pick rakes across the strings, and that gives me that chuck sound. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now you'll notice on the and of 2, I come up for an up strum. So make sure when you do the chuck, when your palm touches the strings and your pick rakes across them, your pick lands beneath the strings because we have to come up for an up strum. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. That is strumming pattern number 1. Practice that one and log it into memory. Let's look at strumming pattern number 2. Luckily, it's the exact same thing. We're just going to add an upstroke after 4. Okay, and remember, beat 2 is still going to be that kind of chuck sound. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. That is strumming pattern number 2. So same thing there. Take a minute to practice that and log it into memory. It's going to make the rest of the song much easier to learn. Your first chord is going to be a G, and more specifically a G5. I like to leave my first finger off, and I'm muting the A string. And that's happening just with the meat of my middle finger. Just sort of happens naturally when you grab the chord. Now, you might have noticed in the demonstration that I was doing some fanciness with my pinky. So my pinky is actually going to come off of the first string note, so I can do that. Now, what am I doing with my pinky? Let's just take a look at it first. I'm going to use strumming pattern number 2. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. That 4 and is critical here. Okay, did you notice 4 and? Now, the reason I'm doing that is because we know the song has that bass line. And I'm trying to recreate that to some extent with my pinky finger. Okay, I didn't play it perfectly there, but you kind of get the idea. And I really like to do this. If it's too challenging for you, don't worry about it, but I recommend you try it. Now, if you're adventurous enough and you do want to try it, all I'm doing is on the and of 4, I'm coming down with my pinky finger and I'm grabbing the 4th fret of the D string. Okay? And you don't have to be perfect here, just strum the chord and it will happen as long as your pinky hits its target. Believe it or not, that's probably one of the harder parts of the song. Too bad it comes right at the beginning, so I don't want it to discourage you, but give that some practice and see if you can get that part down. If you can't, just do strumming pattern number 1 or 2 on a regular G chord and you'll be just fine. Let's look at the next bit. So after you get through that part, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and we're gonna go strumming pattern number 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4. On 4, we're gonna do what's actually a D chord. You'll notice that my ring finger doesn't move from the G chord. So here's the G I was just doing, and then I move to this funky D chord, and my ring finger stays in place. That's really gonna help with the switch. So from the G with strumming pattern number 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Next bit is gonna be an E minor 7 chord. And let's talk about this because there's a couple of things here. First of all, my ring finger has stayed in place. That's what makes it an E minor 7 chord, by the way. And I don't like to grab both of these 2nd fret notes here. You might be used to doing that on an E minor chord. A lot of instructors show it like this. But I'm just going to show you how I do it. I go ahead and just grab with my pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and I mute the D, the open D, with the meat of my pointer finger. You can leave that open, okay? It sounds awesome. You can grab it if you want. If you're just so used to it, you just automatically do it. You've got some choices here, and they're all good. But I just do this. It's just personal preference. It keeps the chord a little cleaner. So try that out if you would like. So once we go to this E chord, we're going to do strumming pattern number 1 again, and watch what happens on beat 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we went right back to that D, okay? And then the second time is just 1, 2, and 3, 4. You stay on the E. So watch those two ideas together. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now, if you've been working on the song up until this point, this is kind of how it should be sounding. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's how all the parts fit together so far. Next chord we're going to move to is a C chord. It's actually called a C add 9, but again, don't worry about it. This is just a really common acoustic chord, really common in pop music. And once again, our ring finger remains on the 3rd fret. So that's really your anchor through all these chords up until now. When you grab this, just do strumming pattern number 1. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Our next chord is actually going to look like a traditional C, but it's in fact a D chord. So a C would be done down here. But this D is a C chord, but just everyone moves up 2 frets apiece. And you get this really fantastic kind of airy, floaty D chord. We could absolutely just do a normal D here. But like I said, I wanted to show you my version of this, and I love doing this D right here. This is just going to get 1 round of strumming pattern number 1. 1, 2, and 3, 4. We've almost completed that circle I was referring to at the beginning of the video. And remember, once we complete this, that's it. That's all the guitar you need to know to learn the song. So let's look at what we have up until that last kind of floaty D chord. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and going to C. 1, 2, and 3, floaty D. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now let's kind of put a little ending on this riff to complete the circle. You're going to go right back to your G chord. And remember, when we are on a G chord, we are using strumming pattern number 2. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. To sort of end the riff and start the loop again, go back to your floaty D. And I just give it 2 strums like that, just to sort of announce that we're going to start the loop over. So let's listen to that combination again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. And that's where the loop starts again. Listen to the whole thing and see if you can catch that ending especially. That's normally where people get tripped up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, E minor, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, going to C, 2, and 3 to D, 1, 2, and 3, 4, here we go, starting over, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now the whole riff starts again. Now we're going to start again. 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3. If you followed that and you can master the whole thing, that's the song. What a joy this one is to play. If you like the video, then like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll be posting a full performance of this in a future video, and I will see you in the next lesson.